I apologized profusely. It appears that my subordinate failed to make the necessary preparations. Hey, move quickly and speak in French. You think you can manage some basic French? Please get started on it. On the day of the $12 million business agreement, my coworker Mia and I were certain that our supervisor had set us up. Tyler. Who is he exactly? I'm clueless. I can see why those at top office are greeting us with such grace. I made the decision to do anything in order to exact revenge on Director Tyler. My name is Daniel. I'm 32 years old and single. I lived a happy life without marriage, occupied with work every day. I joined the company as a recent graduate and picked up the essentials of my position at a tiny branch in the suburbs. My supervisors gave me a variety of pieces of advice, which I considered carefully, thought about, and used for my upcoming assignments. I was given the opportunity to work in the main office last year because of my commitment to my work. There is a lot to learn when working at the head office, and my coworkers have a much greater work ethic. I had a hard time keeping up at first, but as I got used to it, I eventually found my own tempo. Naturally, as the results increased, so did the responsibilities. I recently had to travel to a regional branch for one of my jobs. I was given a tiny department within the branch to work in. Since our company doesn't often send employees on business trips, the announcement of my trip quickly became the talk of the headquarters. How are you doing? Kevin, the person I looked up to at head office, began treating me like I was weak. I think you'll come back to us. Remember, notify us straight immediately if anything goes wrong. I wish you luck. My peers encouraged me for some reason, which confused but grateful me. I think everyone really is concerned about me. I headed for the regional branch, encouraged by my head office colleagues. I was hesitant at first, but it was simpler to handle after I saw it was a requirement of my profession. I flew for several hours to reach the branch, almost a month after the trip was planned, and I walked up to someone right away. She was approximately my age, a pretty woman with semi-long hair. I'm Daniel, and I'll be working with you starting today, I said. Despite the fact that we had just met, she smiled warmly to meet me. I take it you work at the head office. From the same department, I'm Mia. It's good to meet you. This way, let's go to the branch manager's office. We made introductions and then made our way to the branch manager's office. We were able to immediately get along after realizing we were the same age, and I was relieved to have made a new friend in a strange place. I'm glad you could make it. We lacked sufficient personnel. Even if it won't be long, I'm excited to collaborate with you. Yes, I'll do my best to be of help as soon as possible. What topic are you discussing? Since you've been employed by the head office, everyone has high expectations. Mia grinned. Sensing the weight of her words, I braced myself and unlocked the branch manager's office door. It's nice to see you here. We've received a proposal from headquarters. They must have had a purpose in selecting you. Display your resources for us. Yes, I appreciate that. I'll try my hardest, I answered. Manager of the branch Ethan was a serene man, with wide flecked hair and wrinkles at the corners of his eyes. Ethan's remarks gave me a renewed sense of resolve. Ethan's support made me excited about the upcoming work trip. After working at the branch for a few months, I had grown accustomed to my job. But I lately encountered a problem. In contrast to my excitement, Mia appeared a little downtrodden. The department had a stiflingly dark atmosphere. Mia, are you worn out? Do you get enough sleep? I inquired. She smiled at me, a little concerned. I guess I still have a long way to go if Daniel is starting to worry about me. I have to behave like the senior I am, since I should be. Mia, you seem pale, even though you're doing enough already. Are you all right? I have not had enough sleep lately due to my busy schedule. I apologize for causing you concern. Could it be because of Tyler? Mia winced at the mention of his name. There appears to be some substance to it. The director of our department is Tyler. Despite being a few years younger than us, He seems to have family members who are executives at the main office, and he is acquiring experience in the branch as an executive. Tyler is also connected to the unfavorable environment in the department. He always treats his workers with disdain and issues irrational orders and demands. He completely corners anyone who dared to disagree with him, forcing several to step down. I recall his authoritative demeanor, even towards a novice like me. Hey, don't become arrogant just because you work in the headquarters. Here, I'm the boss, and everything I say goes. You get it. Yes, I do comprehend, I answered. I have made every effort to stay away from him since then, but it appears that Mia, who is his direct subordinate, isn't afforded the same luxury. You stated that you were lacking in sleep. Is work the reason behind it? I figured Mia did the same because she was always telling me to leave on time. Well, there's a major deal approaching, so it's a busy time. Time is of the essence. Upon closely examining Mia's face, I saw slight black circles beneath her eyes. How had I missed this earlier? I felt bad about not paying more attention. Is this not Tyler's problem? It could cause major issues if you don't get enough sleep. Yes, but it's also true that my performance at work needs improvement. Nevertheless, I appreciate your care, and I forced a smile. Even though my heart hurt, I was merely a name among the throng as a newcomer. I was so helpless that all I could do was bite my lip in frustration. Mia changed the topic by clapping her hands, sensing my mood. By the way, Daniel, are you familiar with the head office vice president who is currently working at a branch abroad? At Harvard, he was at the top of his class. Isn't that motivating? Indeed, it is. He also belongs to our generation. Isn't that incredible? I want to work hard like him and benefit the firm because of this. Mia said something that moved me. I've never seen someone who is so committed to their work. I therefore had a great desire to keep that sincerity a secret. I understand how you feel, but make sure not to overdo it. I know, yay. Regards. Mia smiled politely and walked away, allowing me to think about it. Mia is a constant source of joy and cheer in the department. It never occurred to me that Mia was doing everything by herself. She was the same person the following day, even though I sensed something wasn't quite right. Did I simply overthink it? I still couldn't help but worry about her, the person who had supported me my entire life. Even though I saw her acting normally, I was still concerned. Many days passed while carrying those conflicting emotions. Then one day, I heard a voice I recognized coming from one of the meeting rooms as I was making my way back from an outside visit. If we overcommit, there can be a higher number of resignations. Kindly think it over again. Are you attempting to relax? Get to work if you have time to whine. Always, the most whiny are the worthless ones. It wasn't my intention. I was only considering what would be best for the company. I peeked in and watched Tyler and Mia fighting, not realizing that neither of them had realized I was watching. Tyler appeared to be very powerful as he stood there with his arms crossed. For the business, huh? Are you joking with me? Is it truly acceptable for you to disobey me? As the manager, you work like any other employee. But Tyler, it seems like you constantly want us to do everything. You don't even appear to be doing anything else. Are you not merely attempting to relax? What? Are you even aware of the things you're doing? You must truly wish to give up. Tyler's face became a beetroot crimson at Mia's words, wrath on full display. Tyler started speaking out. Even so, do you know who I am? This department is led by me. I could immediately terminate you and report you to the higher authorities if I so desired. However, this is excessive. For everyone, not just me. Mia's cries of desperation prompted me to act. Enough of this, I yelled. My abrupt presence surprised both Tyler and Mia. I moved between them, protecting Mia from Tyler, ignoring their shock. I've had enough. Don't you think you're going too far, with all due respect? What's this? I thought you were quiet. Are you attracted to this girl in any way? Perfect fit for the bottom of the barrel, Tyler scoffed, refusing to change his combative demeanor. A sneer twisted the corner of his mouth. It's been said by all. For you to be brought here on a work trip, what went wrong? Please don't bother us in any way. Pardon me? What a heinous miscommunication. Tyler scowled at me and stared down on me as I spoke in a furious tone. Tyler, though, was unmoved. Are you acting like the hero? What actionable steps can you take? She's dismissed because you disobeyed me. Please wait. As soon as I heard Mia's pleading cry, I instantly offered Tyler something. I'll do the work you have to do too. Could we just act like this never happened? They were both as astonished as before by my proposition. It was Tyler who spoke first. Very intriguing idea. All right. My task is yours to do going forward. Be sure to do it flawlessly. Comprehensive. In exchange, kindly agree not to fire her and pledge not to treat the other staff members badly. No worries, I swear. I shouldn't get bored because of this. Tyler walked out, appearing proud of himself after saying that. Mia apologized to me from behind. I apologize, Daniel. I should be the one defending you as your senior, but I'm not. Mia, don't stress over it. You didn't do anything improper. It's really impressive to confront a superior on your own. Mia kept asking after me, and I comforted her, so we both left the conference room. I said goodbye to Mia and went to visit Ethan. Ethan, concerning Tyler, I apologize. You two appear to have been afflicted. Since I arrived, I have described the problem. Ethan sighed heavily and gave me an explanation of the circumstances. It appears that Tyler's bad behavior was already known to Ethan. Since he was a prominent executive's kid, Ethan couldn't ignore him. The corporation is facing a significant problem with this. For now, let me handle it. Despite Ethan's perplexed expression, I departed from the branch manager's office. As promised, Tyler came to see me several times a day starting the following day, yelling insults and griping. He was still not showing any signs of working. Though I thought it was at least fortunate that he wasn't bothering the other staff members, I was worried that I wouldn't be able to lessen the workload for them. That relief, though, was fleeting, and I quickly regretted my ignorance. Tyler, the report is ready, so I'll leave it here for you, I said. I took the documents to Tyler, and he gave me a terrible look. Aha. How long does it take you to complete something so easy? You truly are sluggish. Tyler reprimanded me in front of the other staff members for quite some time. Tyler's taunts always made me feel down, day in, day out. One day, at one of these days, Mia came to me. She grinned and said, I've been selected as a project member and entrusted with a major business negotiation. Tyler yelled out to me at the same moment, saying, You will support Mia in leading the negotiation. Did you understand, Jess? With excitement, I understand. I said, basking in the satisfaction of being able to collaborate with Mia. It appears that Mia put me forward for the support role. Tyler appeared very upbeat about the negotiation. This deal is significant and vital to our business. Try your hardest. Comprehensive. Thank you, I answered, perplexed by Tyler's support. When Tyler realized I was part of the negotiation, he became quiet. Was the bargaining process really that crucial? Tyler could have hampered the project by assigning me more work, given his personality. Tyler surprised me by offering to lighten my workload so I could concentrate on the project. I chose to ignore Tyler's behavior and focused on the impending negotiation. My optimism would soon prove to be misguided. I was looking for Mia to talk about work that day. I made the decision to veer off course and go to Mia in the conference room. But not even inside, I saw the most amazing thing. Mia was being harassed by Tyler much like that day. Tyler, at this rate, everyone will collapse. Cease talking. Refrain from responding. What I do is none of your business. I was furious because Tyler's demeanor hadn't altered. Had I been wasting my time on a person who betrays people and breaks their word? My patience, which had been steadily increasing, had run out. I walked between them, my fists quivering as I tried to control myself. Haven't we agreed otherwise? What? Are you also present? I have to assign this work to others if you are unable to complete it. But this woman never stops picking faults. I was naive to believe that a man such as him would honor his word. Since I was the target, I felt like hitting myself for mistakenly thinking that others were safe. This is what happened the instant I cut back on my workload. The source of the issue remained unchanged. Enough, please. Could you try working for a bit? What? With your arrogant and pompous speech, who do you think you are? Be ahead of me if you don't like it. However, you couldn't possibly do that as a bottom dweller, could you? Why do you losers not console one another? Tyler chastised us and then walked out, looking pleased. Mia apologized to me again, with tears in her eyes. Daniel, I'm really sorry for making you feel bad. Actually, were things not changed? Yes, because of you they were. Things had significantly improved, but after I approached you for assistance, Tyler began disparaging other staff members once more, and one of my coworkers is even thinking about leaving. When I realized the situation was worse than I had expected, my rage increased at the thought that it had resulted in resignations. After that, the strain on our peers grew, and the scene happened today as a result of my colleague pushing back from being overworked. That's what transpired then. I apologize, Daniel, for not noticing. You're not to blame. Mia feigned a smile, clearly forced. She had noticeable black circles under her eyes, and her normally tied hair was unkempt, maybe from neglect. Everything is okay. Mia, I'll make sure he pays for this. I'll need your assistance. Thus, I started preparing for something else in addition to the negotiation. The day of the negotiation finally arrived the following week. Mia, my fellow supervisor, and I made our way to the conference room. Daniel, thank you for your help. No, Mia, it's all because of your diligence. Let's give the negotiation our best effort. We then proceeded to the conference room where the discussion was scheduled to occur. But we were shocked when we found out who the counterparts were. Since over half of them were foreigners, it was only natural that they spoke French to each other. It was unclear at the time if French would be the primary language of communication. The fact that the equivalents would be foreigners was not disclosed in the advance papers, but Ethan and the other staff members did not appear to be at all alarmed, indicating that everyone on the team but ourselves knew this. The counterparts, who came from a major multinational corporation, were mostly foreigners. Along with a few others from headquarters, Mia, Ethan, Tyler, and I made up the project team. Kevin was also there, someone we could always count on at the head office. The agreement was almost finalized, and the meeting would end in accordance with the minutes, if all went according to plan. We had not spared any effort in getting ready, putting in endless hours to make sure everything was in functioning order and to avoid upsetting our rivals. That's when I remembered and looked at Tyler out of reflex. Indeed, Tyler had a sly smile on his face. As he'd mentioned, Tyler, Mia's immediate boss, had prepared the materials. He had positioned us. I tried to move the meeting along according to the agenda, but we were stopped right away. Their counterparts appeared equally bewildered. We didn't seem to be the only ones who didn't comprehend the circumstances. Tyler, who had been silent up until then, grinned and opened his mouth. Had it not been made apparent beforehand that today's meeting would take place in French? Do you really think you're not ready? Hut French. Tyler was pushing for a response, and we thought we were being set up. All heads turned to look at Mia. No. Sitting next to me, sweating and on the edge of tears, was Mia. Tyler started berating her, seeming amused. I'm sorry. It appears that the responsible subordinate has not made enough preparations. Hey, let's talk in French. I mean, you can manage French for middle school, right? Get it done quickly. Naturally, we had not been told that we were going to have a meeting with people who spoke French. Tyler had dropped his work on us with the intention of making us shoulder the blame since he knew everything from the start. I was going to make sure that didn't happen his way. It infuriated me to see Tyler stomp all over our hard work and gloat. I raised my head and inhaled deeply. I spoke in perfect French to begin my presentation. The foreign counterparts listened intently and relaxedly, as if they understood. Everyone around me, Tyler included, looked genuinely surprised. I ignored them and concentrated on the presentation at hand. I didn't need to translate at all, because I knew the negotiations topic by heart. It appears that this number is causing some alarm. Is it possible for us to modify? Yes, it would involve an alternative, but it seems manageable. Comprehensive. I'll try to haggle a little bit more over the price. We were almost done, so I spoke to Tyler in French. Unable to understand French, Tyler stammered over his statements, so I talked to him calmly. Were you not aware of this? I believed that even a middle school student could grasp the basic French I used. Tyler's cheeks lit up bright red at the sound of my words. Around us, there were chuckles at Tyler's expense. Tyler lowered his head and fell silent, so I turned back to our rivals, and we successfully completed the deal. The negotiation was finished. You alone are to blame, Daniel. It's encouraging to know that, despite my concerns, you seem to be doing well here as well. It has been some time. Not at all. It was all thanks to Mia's good preparation. Mia and Tyler, along with the rest of the branch office, were clearly taken aback to see me interacting politely with the headquarters staff. Then I heard Mia and Ethan conversing. Who exactly is he? I'm not sure. Why someone from headquarters is receiving him with such dignity is beyond me. As I noticed their perplexity, I went up to them. It was thanks to you that we could secure the contract. That is untrue. Daniel, I just performed my job, and I've given you a lot of difficulty. Perhaps because of the large number of headquarters personnel gathered around us. Mia's courteous tone came as a surprise. I carried on talking without thinking. No, Mia deserves all the credit. Even those at headquarters were complimenting you. So, Daniel, what's your relationship with the people from headquarters? Tyler was waiting, seemingly, as I was talking to Mia and making my way to our section, as if he had been anticipating my arrival. What are you doing, in your opinion? Getting in the way of the negotiation like that. If something had happened, how would you have responded? Since the negotiation was successful, there shouldn't be any issues, right? Tyler, it looks like your intentions have backfired. I told him so and just kept going, not even looking at him. Vice President Thompson, hold on. President Thompson has sent a message. Someone from headquarters walked up to me and said something. Tyler's mouth dropped open in disbelief at this. Mia was equally taken aback. Daniel, Vice President? Mia timidly inquired. Yes, I haven't informed you yet. In reality, I'm in charge of this group company as Vice President. So you're the one who graduated top of your class from Harvard University. Though their tones could not have been more dissimilar, they both exclaimed in unison. Tyler's voice sounded like a scream, while Mia's was bright and kind of adoring. Ethan, on the other hand, was in such amazement that words failed him. Yes, I am the son of President Thompson, and I received the highest honors from Harvard University. I recently started working as the group company's vice president after serving an overseas assignment. Tyler's expression paled. At that point, he obviously changed his attitude and started to cling to me. You are the vice president from headquarters. I had no idea. I'm sorry for handling you the same as any other worker. It explains your humility and your commanding presence. I had no idea that a person of your caliber would be assigned to a branch office. President Thompson requested that. This branch's sales performance is lacking, and it has an abnormally high turnover rate. He desired that I obtain expertise managing the entire organization. And look what I discovered. I had no idea our organization was dealing with such issues. Issues? I'll take care of them right away. What do you think the problem is? I'll consider your suggestions carefully as a manager and assess our on-site operations. I looked straight at Tyler, as if he was trying to say he wasn't responsible. When I said, "You're the problem," he tensed. Eh? Did you honestly believe there was nothing wrong? Everything about the workplace, including your attitude towards subordinates, is troublesome. Anyone with a modicum of common sense would recognize that it is improper to use your position of authority to oppress your subordinates. Tyler looked unable to bear his current circumstances, even though he normally exclusively places blame on others. He abruptly raised his voice and drastically altered his demeanor. "Oh, you're being so arrogant. Who you think you are to be being so docile around me? This is ridiculous. Furthermore, a vice president would never travel to such a remote location for work. Are you a failure from top office putting up a front?" Mia, Ethan, and even myself were stunned by his statements. I brought reality to Tyler's attention. It is irrelevant what you believe about me. It is true that I am the vice president. You seem to enjoy labeling people, but that's only because I've allowed you to think that way. Stop calling me a failure and a bottom dweller. Thus, it is indeed true. About my position, only people at the headquarters were aware. Thank goodness I was spared the needless formalities. It appears that we can now also get rid of a big issue. "A problem?" inquired Tyler. "Yes, the HR division at the corporate office has already been informed about your behavior. We've gotten comprehensive information about the damages with the assistance of Mia and other staff members. Discipline of some kind will be implemented shortly." At what I said, Tyler fell to his knees. "Please hold on. You betrayed the agreement." I can't overlook this any longer. I hastily left the scene after saying that. Later, Tyler was fired by official decree from headquarters. It found out that Tyler's problematic behavior had made it impossible for him to stay at the headquarters, which was why he had stayed at the branch office. Naturally, Tyler's family at the headquarters soon grew impatient and stopped being supportive. Tyler was consequently abandoned by his family, and having nowhere else to go, was observed looking for work. But Tyler probably couldn't work under someone else after looking down on people for so long. It seems that he was unable to handle the idea of working for someone else once more. Even if he was successful in landing his dream career, he would soon cause difficulties and lose his position. At present, he was observed working in a nearby convenience store as a part-time employee. Conversely, Mia persisted in her diligent labor. Workers who had quit upon learning of Tyler's leaving made the decision to come back. And so my several-month-long work journey was coming to an end. "You'll be heading back to headquarters soon, right?" Though Mia had told her many times that it's acceptable to talk informally, she still appeared dejected. Regarding herself, she obstinately maintained that formal terminology be used. Even though I would have chosen a more casual tone of voice, it was typical of her to insist on upholding this barrier. "Well, I guess that's true. Now that the issue has been fixed, I will probably be going back." "I see." I decided what I was going to do and inhaled deeply as I saw her looking down. "I'll be waiting for you at headquarters." Mia looked up at me when I said this. She looked directly at me and said, of course, in a hushed voice, "Please give me a moment." She drew me in with her honesty and sincerity. The idea of leaving was depressing. It would not be too far off that we might collaborate at the headquarters one day.